Today it was stage 3 of the OVO Energy Tour of Britain in Bristol, the home of our title sponsor OVO Energy. And just a few hours ago, the finish line was just about here with Alaphilippe of Quick-Step Floors taking victory. But first we had a very important job to do to help Greg James of BBC Radio 1 deliver a pasty from Cornwall to Aberdeenshire. So we got John Mould from JLT Condor involved, and he had to try and deliver this pasty to the next person and to get it on its way.
Yeah, good. You know, pretty hungry to be honest, so if someone doesn't come and get the pasty, I'm going to have to have a bite, I think. Yeah, racing today, stage 3 in Bristol. So just basically waiting for someone to come and take it off me because I'm not carrying it around with me for 120k today, basically. No, it's going to be quite difficult, but I could give it a go, but I'd rather not, to be honest. Yeah, I don't reckon this is going to work. Someone's going to have to take it off my hands before I cause an accident. Nice. First serve, so Tom's going to take it off me, and he's going to head up north and get as far up as he can. He seems alright. I reckon he's going to look after it, but you know, you have to keep an eye on him, I think.
A rider who was in the thick of the action in that furious bunch sprint was the British national champion Conor Swift of Madison Genesis. He took 6th place, and we saw his reaction after the finish line. He was absolutely puffed out, hanging over his bike, just trying to get his breath back. And he told us what it felt like to ride in that prolific champion's jersey on home British roads.
Conor, end of stage 3, in the mix there in the bunch sprint.
Yeah.
How was that stage for you?
Yeah, it was grippy. I had to do a lot of work on those 2 final climbs just because of how sketchy the running was and trying to position myself well, so I had to do a lot of moving up, and maybe that cost me a little bit at the end there because I was on the limit and I didn't even think that I would be able to sprint, but I gave it my best, and yeah, it was a hard day out, like, yeah, short day, but it was on all day, very fast, and yeah, just really aggressive, so a bit knackered now.
And what's it like riding in that British Champions jersey on home roads?
Yeah, it's mega. Just like loads of support, loads of people, selfies and stuff like that. I should start charging for selfies. Be making a fortune from the tour, but no, it's good.
For the best British rider who's the best placed on the general classification, they get a barrel of Adnams beer. Now, we wanted to know what Hugh Carthy was going to do after the stage with this barrel of beer.
Drink that tonight or save it?
When I get in the bus, I'll drink half of it then, and if I don't pass out, I'll drink the other half and get to the hotel and massage.
As I said before, we're in the home of OVO Energy, our title sponsor. I caught up with the CEO, Chris Houghton, on why it's important for OVO Energy to sponsor a race like the Tour of Britain and why he thinks it's a fantastic idea.
Chris, how fantastic was that stage?
It's been a fantastic day, to be honest. I mean, it's always nice to have a stage in your backyard, and to be honest, having been out on the roads a bit myself today, I was pretty impressed by how tough the local roads are. So Providence Hill, other climbs like that, they're really tough. So it's been a fantastic stage, a nice short stage, but really aggressive stage. So good to see it come back into a bunch sprint, and Alaphilippe, I mean, he just rocked it, didn't he? So yeah, fantastic. Couldn't have been better.
And what a wonderful venue for a stage as well. We had the big green, we had big screens, we had the promo zone.
Yeah.
The stage started and finished in Bristol.
It's always nice when there's an out and back stage because you keep everyone together for the whole day. You keep the buzz. Everyone gets involved. It's a really nice atmosphere. It's yeah, it's just much more joined up than when you've got to start and a finish in different places. But all of the stages are amazing, and today's been extra special because it's been in the centre of Bristol, which is where we are. So it's been really good.
Why is it so important for OVO Energy to support something like cycling?
Well, we're a green energy business, so we're all about making energy cheaper and greener, and cycling is obviously the ultimate sustainable mode of transport, but it's also about smart technology, and in cycling, smart technology is always about getting to the finish line that little bit quicker, and in energy it's about making you know, small analytical changes and to make energy cheaper, and that's what people want at the end of the day. They want it cheaper, but we also want it to be greener, and I think, you know, we can't ignore the fact that air quality is an issue, climate change is an issue, and you know, we need to be socially responsible, environmentally responsible, and that's, you know, what we try and do at OVO.
Any other stage you're particularly looking forward to?
I'm really looking forward to the team time trial. So the idea of an uphill team time trial, 14k, up to Whinlatter. I think it's going to be really interesting to see who can get all of their guys across the line. I think it's going to be tough. So we'll see. I think it's great, and there's some really strong teams here. You know, I mean, it's great to see it so well represented this year. So I think it's going to be a really good stage.
At the press conference, we got to speak to two special guests: Scott Davis, who's the holder of the Skoda UK King in the Mountains, and Patrick Bevan, who is now the new leader of the Ovo Energy Green Leaders jersey. Here's what they had to say on today's stage.
Scott, how did you enjoy the day?
As much as I could. It was a hard day out there, short stage, so pretty full on all day and didn't really let up, but you know, kept the jersey, and I think I finished in the front group there in the end, so yeah, not a bad day on the whole.
Was that your main objective at the start of the day?
Yeah, I think this week in general we've come to race aggressively, and yeah, I think for the rest of the week now we'll just look to get stuck in, getting some more breakaways, and yeah, take the race on.
And the end, the climax, a real bunch finish. It was anyone's to win, wasn't it?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
The end of the race, it was anyone's to win really. It was a very tight finish.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, it was not exactly a summit finish, but you know, maybe a bit lumpy for some of the sprinters. So yeah, exciting finish there.
Early days, only stage 3. What are your hopes for the rest of the tour?
Yeah, just to continue as we have been, really. I mean, if we can keep the jersey in the team, that'd be excellent. I think we're keen to go stage hunting, and yeah, try and come away with a victory.
And I have to ask, Bristol and North Somerset, how much did you enjoy the course and the atmosphere today?
Yeah, it's been good. I raced Junior Tour Men Dips here a long time ago, so I recognise some of the roads, and yeah, no, so far it's been great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
In particular, what about Cheddar Gorge? How did that compare to you now as perhaps when you've done it in the past?
Yeah, no, that's a cool climb. I'm not sure if I actually have done it in the past. It looked familiar, but I don't know if it's from the TV or from when I rode it in for the Men Dips maybe. But yeah, great crowds out there and fantastic support.
And out on the road, there were lots of people, lots of colourful characters. Are you even aware of the way some of them are dressed, the way some of them are acting around you?
Yeah, yesterday I clocked those 6 lifeguards or whatever they were. I was going up the climb, so I couldn't help myself but, you know, crack a smile then. So yeah, that was pretty funny.
Thank you.
Scott, that first hour and a half today was pretty breathless. What was it like in the bunch? Did you ever get time to catch your breath?
Yeah, not really, to be honest. It was pretty full on, a bit chaotic really. I think just guys trying to go off the front, left, right and centre, and yeah, a bit unpredictable really, but yeah, tough start.
Did you fancy having another dig today, or was it just not in the legs?
Yeah, I think I might have finished myself off had I had a pop there at the start, so you know, better to ride a bit more conservatively and, you know, maybe look further down the week then.
You looked a very happy man today.
Yeah, it's nice to take over the leaders jersey at a big race like the Tour of Britain.
The climax, from a spectator's point of view, was a thrilling climax. From a rider's point of view, what was it like?
It was hard all day. I don't know if the TV did it justice. The pace never really came off, and you had a classic, lumpy, tough Tour of Britain day down here, and obviously you had that KOM with 7 kilometres to go, but it was by no means a straightforward finish. We were right up until the last kilometre, really sapped the legs. A lot of the fast guys left, and obviously you see Julian O'Philippe take the bunch sprint. Yeah,
his first Tour of Britain victory, I think. 127 kilometres. It was described as just 127 kilometres, but was it tough and grueling today?
Yeah, you earned every kilometre of those 127 kilometres.
And just in general, Bristol and North Somerset, how much did you enjoy the atmosphere and the amount of people that came to see you in action today?
I loved it. I've actually always loved coming to Britain to race, and all the parts we see. I've done a few races here now, and yeah, done enough to see. I've seen quite a lot, and yeah, really enjoy racing here. The organisation put on a really great race, and it's one I look forward to coming to each year.
Yeah, the Clifton Suspension Bridge, the Cheddar Gorge. I imagine you didn't have too much time to enjoy the sights.
Yeah, you see a bit, and it was a bit grey today, but hopefully the sun comes out later in the week.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.
What's your hopes for later this week?
Oh look, we got a strong team here for the team time trial, so I think the goal was always to be within touching distance of the lead going into the time trial, and then we'll see how that plays out. It's obviously not a standard straightforward team time trial. It's obviously finishing up a climb kind of changes the dynamic a bit, and then the hilltop finish the next day is really going to, those 2 days are going to shake out the GC, but the aim for the team was to keep guys up there until then, so you can't get much further up there than actually leading the race. So hopefully we hold it tomorrow, and we'll see how things shake out post the team time trial.
And what will you be saying on the bus to everyone as you're leaving here today?
Just thanking the guys. They did a great job. We kind of just we got it right over that last climb's always touch and go about how that's going to play out. Guys have won here solo before, and and obviously you have the climb and then the hard finish, and I had teammates around me right until the last kilometre, so I'm thankful for their help, and I'm a bit gutted not to finish it off. To kind of miss the stage win would have been really nice, but we're still in the hunt for the race overall.
It was pretty breathless throughout, but the first hour and a half seemed just particularly frantic. I mean, what was it like in the bunch?
It was frantic, and obviously you got a bonus sprint at 17 kilometres, so you're in two minds. And some days you hope that goes away so no one gets the time, but today I was kind of hoping it would stay, and it did, and I picked up a couple of seconds there. And so this race has often been decided by seconds and bonuses, so that's 2 stages now I've picked up bonus seconds, and I'll keep chipping away every chance I get, because for me to win this race, for this team to win this race, I'm gonna need all those seconds.
It seemed the bunch were really attentive today in terms of not letting the breakaways go clear, and the maximum even the other kind of 4-man group there at the end had, with Tony Martin only ever kind of got about a minute. It seems a very conscious decision for all the teams to chase hard.
Yeah, I think the first big break that went, I think guys were worried about the riders within the 40-second buffer, and Sky and Bardiani, CSF chased that back pretty quickly, but it's always a hard day when you see those breaks come and go kind of for 2 hours before you get any kind of organisation where you can kind of take a break, and then if it's only 127 kilometres you're going to have to go, so it ramps back up. So we had about 3 or 4 kilometres there where it kind of was relaxed, and then you go back into race mode, and yeah, these short stages create quite a dynamic for the racing.
TJ looked pretty active today as well. He's marking some of the earlier moves. It must be good to kind of see him going well, especially with that team time trial coming up in a couple of days.
Yeah, like the whole team is riding well. We were there all day. Had Stefan doing a huge amount of work early to make sure their break didn't go. I don't think it was going to go without him. So yeah, the team's really strong, and we're looking forward to the team time trial. It's a specialty of this team, and we'll see how things look after that one.
Do you see Julian Alaphilippe as the main rival for the race win?
Absolutely. He's going to be one of them. I think there's still a fairly long list of guys that can take the overall. I think the Quickstep team is going to be really strong with him and Youngles there. With the way the team time trial is, it suits that team really well, and we're going to have our work cut out if we want to do well that day. I think you see, look, there's still 40 guys within 40 seconds, and we go back up there's a Woodland Pass the next day. It's quite a tough uphill finish, and those 2 days are really going to decide the GC. I think the GC now is kind of you're just playing around with stages really. The goal for everyone will be, anyone that's got any ambition to win the race overall, is goal just not to lose time at this point, and we'll see how it looks after those 2 stages.
As we all know, cycling thrives on its fans, and today they came out in their droves. They were covered in this field, in the promo zone, and we caught up with a few of our fans. One of them, very special, Scott Davis gave him his flowers, and he was absolutely delighted.
So we just wanted a photo with him, and he suddenly just gave us his flowers. I don't know why.
He's a nice guy, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
So that was Scott Davis, who is leading the King of the Mountains jersey. He's a British rider and he's from Wales.
Yeah.
So you're going to keep following him throughout the whole tour now?
Dunno.
Yeah, we're going to cheer him on, I reckon.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And have you had a great day watching?
Yeah.
Out of 10, how much would you give it?
10. But also we're just hoping that not loads of people here aren't going to get the train, because there'll be rather a lot of fights on the train.
Yeah, there will.
Yeah.
Sean and Gordon were here at the finish here in Bristol. Yeah, what was that like, seeing that Fast and Furious bunch sprint come in?
Well, it was amazing, really. We going by at about 60, 70 kilometres an hour. I mean, you can't see very much, obviously.
It was a good build-up, because we've been watching her all the way through, and we were hoping that there was going to breakaway group with old John Mould in there, and we're actually making it a bit more exciting with a group of 4, but as they all bunched up, very exciting finish for us all.
And are you going to come out to watch any other stages, or is this just your local one?
No, we cycled from Bath, so we shall...
so we've done our bit. That's it.
We've been up Bridge Valley Road twice, so that's enough. By the time we get home, we'll have had enough, thank you.
Your stage?
Yeah.
And what did you enjoy most?
And we enjoyed seeing all the bikes pass. Yeah.
That's all from me, Hannah Walker, on episode 3 of Beyond the Finish Line. Thanks for tuning in, but make sure you stay tuned for the rest of the stages.